I'm Bree. I work with Kairros. I'm an injury management specialist. My role entails working with both insurance companies, large employers, and injured workers themselves to sort of assist with their return to work and injury management in a safe manner and return them back to full capacity, whether that's with their same employer or it might be with a new employer as well. So I'm based in the Southern Highlands and I service the Southern Highlands, the South Coast, Wollongong and also Goulburn as well. I studied an undergrad degree in exercise science at the University of Wollongong, and then I went on to study a Master's of Clinical Exercise Physiology. Before I joined Kairros, I worked clinically for 4 years. I worked in a multidisciplinary allied health practice, so working alongside physios, dietitians, other exercise physiologists, even personal trainers. I worked with an array of clients. It might be, a lot of workers' comp, but also Medicare, DBA, private patients as well. I found out through working clinically, sort of the exposure with working alongside rehab consultants primarily. And I feel like I could do something along these lines if I wanted to step out of a clinical role. I got interviewed with Kairros and I just really liked that it was a boutique rehab company, and I'd sort of worked with sort of larger organizations in the past clinically, and I just found that they didn't have as much of a hands-on approach, whereas I found that Kairros was really focused, it was very person-centered around the injured worker, which I thought was really important as well, that it wasn't just this sort of cookie cutter approach that I've seen. I think the part of my role that I enjoy the most is when you've got good outcomes with clients and you get to that point where they get back to work. They're at the tail end of where they sort of need your assistance and you're kind of backing off, which is nice because then you can see that, look, the steps that we put in place helped you get back here. And it's always nice when they turn around and say thanks so much for your help. And it's sort of nice when you get to go out and pop out and see and check in to say like, how's things going? And they're all sweet, there's no issues. You like the things that you sort of put in place did help and got them back to where they are. So I think that's a real positive. COVID has definitely been a huge challenge just because I think it's changed the way in which so many people work. And I think also the way in a lot of people view work as well. So I think that's been a real challenge. And I think, you're just adjusting to different working models, like for myself in general and also for clients as well. You're trying to get someone back to work, but their work may not be operational. So what's the next step that you can sort of take? I think what I'm most passionate about is probably, I suppose, being a bit of an advocate for the injured worker, but also recognizing the importance of communication between all parties as well, because I think that really helps the process go quite smoothly. The things I love most about working for Kairros is when I onboarded in the middle of COVID, which was a really challenging time, but I still felt so supported. Even though I work quite remotely and on my own and autonomously, I still feel like I have such great connection with my team and everyone's sort of checking in and, work alongside some really great people that have like really great areas of expertise, and I can always reach out and sort of touch base with them. I just think it's a really great working culture, even though I don't really see people very often like from the company. I still feel really well connected to them.